Welcome to the Freaky Stories Podcast. Are you ready for your daily double dose of the bizarre and hilarious?
That's right. We're about to freaky probe into two tales that are guaranteed to leave you scratching your head and maybe even snort laughing.
No names, no formalities.
Just two friendly guides plunging headfirst into the wonderfully weird.
And today,
Our freaky probe takes us on a wild ride through the chaotic consequences of accidental science. And then we take a sharp turn into the surprisingly theatrical second act of some seriously seasoned swashbucklers.
you, our listeners, shared these amazing flash fiction stories.
And we've carefully combed through all the mayhem to bring you the most bizarre and brilliant bits.
Get ready for inept scientists, birdseed-hating zombies, and pirates who traded their swords for the stage.
I think it's safe to say that things are about to get weird.
Let's dive into our first flash fiction story, which we've cleverly titled Zombie Hero Quest.
Clever indeed.
It all starts with two scientists.
Dr. Jenkins and Dr. Wiggins.
Now these guys, right off the bat, you need to understand, they're not exactly winning any Nobel Prizes.
Not even close.
They're scientific endeavors.
More about accidental explosions and near-miss catastrophes.
So naturally, who else but these two would manage to stumble their way into creating a zombie virus?
It's almost poetic, isn't it?
In a terrifying, apocalyptic kind of way.
It really makes you wonder, how often do huge events stem from, well, just sheer incompetence?
Like the entire course of history could hinge on someone forgetting to carry the one.
Or spilling a vial of highly contagious zombie virus.
Speaking of which, the way this whole apocalypse kicks off is almost casual.
It's almost comical. A spilled vial.
Oops, from Dr. Jenkins, that wouldn't be out of place at a spilled juice box.
And the irony.
Oh, the delicious irony.
They are immune to the very plague they unleashed.
Thanks to a long and colorful history of similar lab mishaps.
Their track record of failure is their saving grace.
So faced with hordes of their own creation, what do our intrepid scientists do?
They make a daring escape.
In Wiggins' tricked-out smart car, no less.
Fuel efficiency is great and all, but I'm not sure it's top priority when the undead are clawing at your windows.
It's like they're trying to outrun a flesh-eating mob in a clown car.
And their initial attempts at finding a cure. Pure hilarity.
Their mobile lab, which I imagine is more like a rusty van with a flickering light bulb, conks out in a cornfield.
And their efforts to analyze the virus, well, let's just say it culminates in a very dramatic microwave explosion.
It's like watching a really bad science fair project come to life.
You almost feel sorry for the zombies, having these two as their potential saviors.
But just when you think it can't get any weirder, the crows arrive.
Hundreds of them, cawing like a chorus of the damned.
Jenkins freaks out, naturally. I mean, who wouldn't? It's another sign that the world has officially gone bonkers.
But Wiggins, he has a flashback
To a past experiment gone wrong.
involving birdseed.
And guess what? The zombies absolutely hate birdseed.
Talk about a random, utterly illogical weakness.
But hey, it buys them some time.
Their first line of defense against the undead birdseed. It's almost beautiful in its absurdity.
You know, it makes you think. Sometimes those random, seemingly useless bits of knowledge from our past mistakes can actually come in handy.
You never know when knowing how to repel zombies with birdseed will be essential.
Exactly. But, as you might have guessed, birdseed isn't exactly a long-term solution.
Our heroes need a cure, a real cure.
And that's when Jenkins has his eureka moment.
Bird saliva.
Apparently, bird saliva neutralized some other virus way back when.
It was a Tuesday, I think.
So naturally, their next brilliant plan, catch a bird.
Because, of course.
Now picture this. Two bumbling scientists in the middle of a zombie apocalypse trying to catch a pigeon.
They're tools. Old sandwiches and a half-eaten bagel.
Oh, and we can't forget Jenkins doing his best pigeon impersonation.
It's like a scene out of a dark comedy sketch.
And somehow, miraculously, they managed to snag a very unhappy pigeon.
From there, they concoct a, let's just say, questionable cure from its spit.
It's the kind of science that would make even a middle school biology teacher cringe.
But desperate times, right.
And the result?
Wonderfully underwhelming.
It doesn't cure the zombies.
It just repels them.
Like a really bad-smelling air freshener.
But it's a step.
A tiny pigeon spit-sized step.
In the face of global annihilation.
But just when they think they might actually have a handle on things, or at least a way to keep the zombies at a safe distance, who shows up?
The military.
Led by a delightfully grumpy commander who looks like he hasn't slept in a week.
Turns out the authorities have noticed the two clowns who accidentally unleashed the apocalypse.
And they have a proposition.
Join us. Find a real cure.
Or else, suddenly, our hapless heroes are on a military base.
Surrounded by men with very big guns.
And the cure ingredients take an even stranger turn.
We're talking pigeon poop.
And, wait for it, Jenkins' suspiciously crusty gym socks.
I mean, at this point, you just have to laugh.
It's like they're making a witch's brew, not a scientific cure.
But, sometimes you have to trust the process.
Even when the process involves gym socks.
Well, the universe clearly has a sense of humor because things are about to get even weirder.
News reports start popping up.
Zombies are strangely avoiding crowds.
But they're actively attacking gardeners.
And of course, the internet being the internet, this phenomenon is dubbed the Peckening.
You could just imagine the memes.
Zombies with tiny pickaxes chasing terrified people with watering cans.
It's the stuff of nightmares.
Or maybe just really weird dreams.
But it also suggests something interesting about the virus.
It seems those avian characteristics from the mutated bird flu are still lingering.
Affecting zombie behavior.
Even in their undead state, they haven't lost their love of seeds.
Or their hatred of anyone who might be carrying a trowel. And it's this strange behavior that leads to Wiggins's caffeine-fueled epiphany.
They didn't just create a zombie virus.
The mutated bird flew into a zombie virus with avian characteristics.
It's like a Frankenstein's monster of viruses.
And then Jenkins delivers the truly horrifying punchline. Migration season.
It's like the universe just hit the oh crap button.
The implications are huge and terrifying and just a little bit funny.
In a dark, apocalyptic kind of way.
So what do our intrepid scientists do?
Well, they hatch a plan so audacious, so ridiculous, so utterly Jenkins and Wiggins that it just might work.
They're going to hack the emergency broadcast system.
And they're going to use it to spread their message.
Picture this. Jenkins, looking like he just rolled out of bed, on every screen in the country.
With a message so simple, so bizarre, so utterly unexpected that it just might save the world.
Breadcrumbs.
He says it with the conviction of a televangelist.
The cure is breadcrumbs.
Fight back with baked goods.
I mean, who comes up with this stuff?
Only the minds that brought you the pigeon spit cure, I guess.
But here's the thing.
Against all odds, it actually works.
The world, bewildered but desperate, starts pelting zombies with anything they can bake.
Muffins. Baguettes, croissants.
It's the breadpocalypse.
And it is glorious.
We have this incredible image of confused zombies being chased by people wielding baguettes like swords.
It's like a scene out of a really weird food fight.
But it's working.
The zombies are retreating.
The tide is turning. And amidst all the chaos, surrounded by mountains of discarded donuts, our heroes are hard at work.
They're refining their formula.
Perfecting the breadcrumb-adjacent cure.
And in a truly epic finale,
helicopters start dropping vats of the cure from the sky.
Not bombs, not missiles.
Cure-laced dough.
The news headlines declare victory.
The zombie breadpocalypse is over.
The world is saved.
By carbohydrates.
It's the kind of ending that makes you want to facepalm and cheer at the same time.
The scientific community is, understandably, divided on whether to call these two heroes.
I mean, they did save the world, but in the most ridiculously accidental way possible.
But Jenkins, ever the pragmatist, sums it up perfectly.
Better bread-slinging idiots than undead chow, right?
You can't argue with that logic.
And you know what? I wouldn't want to live in a world where you could.
But the story doesn't end there. As the credits roll, we see Wiggins, already buzzing with his next big idea.
Sentient squirrels and laser hamsters.
Because, of course,
some people are just drawn to chaos.
It's a reminder that even when the world is saved, there are always more bizarre adventures waiting around the corner.
Now let's move on to our second flash fiction story.
This one is a real change of pace.
We're trading science for swashbuckling.
Get ready for Pirates Produce a Play.
It's about a crew of retired pirates who decide to trade the high seas for the stage.
I can't wait to see what kind of mayhem they unleash.
I have a feeling it will be a theatrical experience unlike any other.
What kind of challenges do you think a band of swashbucklers might face when they try to put on a play?
Oh, I imagine it would be complete and utter chaos.
I mean, these are people who are used to pillaging and plundering, not memorizing lines and hitting their marks.
It's a recipe for disaster.
But also for hilarious entertainment.
It all starts with Captain Redbeard, the notorious terror of the seven seas, making a surprising announcement to his crew.
They're retiring.
From piracy.
You can imagine the stunned silence.
The looks of disbelief.
Old Pete probably joked on his grog.
It's not every day your fearsome captain decides to hang up his cutlass and pursue a career in theater.
But Redbeard has a new passion.
He's got a hankering for the stage.
And what better material for a play than his own swashbuckling adventures?
So, using their ill-gotten gains, they acquire a dilapidated theater.
Think leaky roof, creaky floorboards, and probably a few resident ghosts.
The perfect setting for a pirate play.
Redbeard pens a script, modestly titled Redbeard the Magnificent.
And the casting process begins.
Which I imagine is more like a drunken brawl than an audition.
Pegleg Meg, the ship's cook, is cast as the tragic heroine.
Despite her tendency to trip over her peg leg and set things on fire.
Squawks the parrot, a crucial part of the plot, is less than enthusiastic about learning his lines.
He'd rather bite the scenery than deliver a monologue. And the sword fights, well, let's just say they're more slapstick than swashbuckling.
Real swords and pirates who are used to real fighting don't exactly mix well with stage combat.
Rehearsals are absolute pandemonium.
It's less a theater production and more a pirate-themed disaster zone.
But Redbeard, ever the optimist, has a stroke of genius.
Or maybe just a healthy dose of denial.
Instead of trying to fix the disastrous rehearsals, he embraces the chaos.
He rebrands the play as Redbeard the Magnificent, a pirate farce.
It's a genius move, turning their incompetence into a selling point.
And it works.
Opening night is a spectacle unlike any other.
Jack, playing the dashing hero, ends up dangling upside down from a rope.
Meg's line delivery is punctuated by exploding pyrotechnics.
And Redbeard himself gets whacked in the head with a prop skull.
But the audience, they're loving it.
They're roaring with laughter.
It's the kind of entertainment that you can only get when a crew of real pirates tries to put on a play.
And against all odds, the play becomes a massive hit.
It spreads to other port towns.
The audience participation is legendary.
I imagine there's a lot of drunken singing and maybe even a few sword fights in the aisles.
The pirates have found a new kind of treasure.
The laughter and applause of an audience.
They've traded the high seas for the spotlight.
And they're thriving.
Redbeard soaks up the attention.
He even seems to enjoy the rotten tomatoes that get thrown his way.
Jack discovers a hidden talent for pratfalls.
And Meg's fiery mishaps become a beloved part of the show.
They've adapted to their new roles with surprising grace.
Proving that even hardened pirates can find a place in the world of theater.
There's this great little moment between shows where Redbeard and Jack are discussing a sequel.
Pirates in space.
Needs more explosions!
It's a reminder that no matter where they are, these guys will always be pirates at heart.
And the story ends with this beautiful reflection on their unexpected journey.
From the high seas to the stage.
The stage has become their new ship.
The audience, their new treasure.
The flamboyant mayhem continues.
Just in a very different kind of spotlight.
It's a reminder that adventure can be found in the most unexpected places.
What a journey it's been.
From a zombie apocalypse averted by breadcrumbs to pirates finding their calling on the stage.
Your flash fiction stories never fail to amaze us.
And we hope this freaky probe has sparked your imagination.
Now, before we go, we want to leave you with a thought.
What's more dangerous? A zombie apocalypse caused by two bumbling scientists.
Or a play produced by a crew of retired pirates.
And what other everyday items might have surprising applications in a crisis?
Let us know your thoughts.
And maybe even share your own freaky stories with us.
Rate and follow for more addictive freaky probes into the wonderfully weird.
Until our next bizarre encounter.
Zzz.